The path to higher education has come with missteps, mountaintops, and more than a few surprises for Ario Ventura-Lazo. Living in the nation's capital region, the 31-year-old first-generation American carries a load that inspires.
I'm a student parent and I'm a father, and I'm within 12 months of graduating.
Set to graduate from George Mason University, a decade after repeated failures threatened his academic success. The setback started in high school.
And so I ended up failing my senior year. My mom and I, we had a heart-to-heart conversation, and she, really told me about her journey from El Salvador in the late 80s, a war-ravaged and a war-torn country, and how difficult her journey was to make it where she's at today.
It prompted Ventura-Lazo to go back and get his diploma. With a 1.6 GPA, he enrolled and started classes at NOVA, Northern Virginia Community College.
I failed out of my first semester of Northern Virginia Community College, mostly due to just not being available to put in the hours to study and work because I was working that full-time job.
Ventura-Lazo gave up on higher education and soon became a father to a son who shared his name. But it didn't take long for financial realities to set in.
That's where I really started saying, okay, education is going to be a requirement for us to make it out.
5 years after walking away, he re-enrolled at NOVA and found comfort in a family-centered support program called Generation Hope.
They saw a vision within me. So I was actually one of the first of 3 fathers at Generation Hope, Teen Parent Scholarship Program.
It was a promising new start.
With all the support from the scholarship program, with all the support of the programs on campus at the community college, I actually earned my first 4.0 GPA ever. And that was just such an essential point, it was such a turning point for me because at that point I knew that, okay, I'm not just dumb.
The scholarships covered tuition, but not the cost of everyday living. Even after navigating social services, he often came up short. Ventura-Lazo faced some of his darkest days.
A lot of these things that just make you feel less of, worthy of society's opinion, just really kind of get to you mentally.
But this time, quitting school was not an option.
Several times, I almost threw in the white towel, where my car breaks down, where we're on the verge of being evicted, and just days where we would go hungry. And my children have been there for every step of the way. And they see their dad trying. That's why I get up every day. Because they know I'm not going to give up on them. I'm not going to give up on myself either. This is important.
Ventura-Lazo emerged with a newfound passion for student parents, a growing population across the country. In Virginia, a new partnership called Advance began taking shape to help post-secondary learners make the jump from community college to a 4-year university.
Advance is an innovative, award-winning transfer program between Northern Virginia Community College, or NOVA, and George Mason University.
Jason Dodge is the director of the Advance program.
They'll have success coaches and a success coaching team that's supporting them every step of the way, from NOVA all the way through Mason.
It means early exposure to GMU. NOVA students accepted into the program technically become non-degree seeking students at George Mason, and in some unique cases are eligible for classes. It's all about building bridges.
First and foremost, that support from the top down is crucial to invest in it initially and to get behind it and then say that that is who we are going to be as institutions at both the community college as well as at the university level.
In the business school where Ventura-Lazo spends most of his time, it's the culture where the minority is the majority.
So I'm going to spend the bulk of the time today talking about your final assignment, which is the business plan for the social business. They're all driven to make sure that no student is left behind. And that's kind of ingrained in our culture, in the way we teach, in the way we interact with the student. We are much more sensitive to the challenge that they're facing. What I see in my classroom and people like Ariel is that they're driven, they're passionate, and they don't give up.
For Ventura-Lazo, George Mason ushered in a world of opportunity to talk about his journey as a student parent raising two children.
Go. Go, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Everything from scheduling classes around bus stop pickups to quality study time at home. He recalls his first invitation to speak at a conference in Aspen, Colorado.
Everybody at this convening, they knew what I was talking about. They understood my struggle. It's for the first time I felt so supported by a group of people that didn't know me at all. It went to San Diego, San Francisco, Orlando, and then with former First Lady Michelle Obama.
Presenting with Michelle Obama landed Ventura-Lazo in Forbes and other major publications across the country. Early in his journey, Ventura-Lazo struggled to find his place.
What do I represent? Who do I represent?
And his voice. Not anymore.
Fatherhood is my thing. I teach fatherhood. Personally, my experience, I didn't have a father, and so that's where that passion kind of is driven from, and that's where it derives from.
He went to work for nonprofits and eventually came up with Foundation Fatherhood, a brand he's working to build to support healthy, responsible, and engaging fathers.
So now you put it like this, right? You see, look, it's looking like a box now, right? Now these things, you put it over like a tent. There you go.
One care box at a time.
There you go. Let's try one more, okay? One more bunch.
We see the fathers out there. We just aren't able to adequately support them enough. I experienced a lot of that. I experienced a lot of the lack of supports and the lack of leadership and the lack of mentorship. And so I kind of just wanted to be a change maker in my community.
Teaching what he's learned along the way.
Teaching my children that in the face of adversity, we can still carry on and push forward. That's where we have the opportunity to shine best.
Walking towards college graduation, Ventura-Lazo gets excited about his family's future. The journey that restarted in 2014 when he decided to return to college has been a long one, but one that's taught him more about life than he ever imagined.
From feeling that you don't belong on campus, from feeling that you're not worthy of earning a post-secondary education, to being able to mentor fathers, to being able to travel across the country and uplift other student parents, first-generation Americans, and working families, to being able to advocate with Michelle Obama. I couldn't have dreamed up a wilder script if I tried. There are no easy journeys in life, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it.